Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the beginning of week 3. We are steadily moving to the term, and it'll be here, the end of it will be here before you know it. What I'd like to discuss with you today is a little bit of feedback on the structured abstracts that I read and have graded, if you've turned them in so far. First of all, I wanted to say you did a really nice job on the structured abstracts. You did a really nice job of synthesizing the work, uh, focusing on each category, really gleaning the most important parts of the article. I know for many of you this is one of your first experiences reading educational research, and so it's certainly a challenge the first time you run through these articles to pick out these different issues, the method, the background and context, these type of things. So what I'd like you to focus on as we go forward is how to use this notion of a structured abstract as you think about writing your literature review. I've asked a number of you to continue thinking about honing your topic to an appropriate level and scale. Once you've done that, the literature search essentially begins. So what do you do with each article that you read? I strongly recommend, and you'll find that it will be difficult if you do a structured abstract at the level of depth that you did for this particular assignment. However, that does not mean that I don't think you should use elements of it. I do think that every time you read an article, you should look for these different elements that you found in your structured abstract. In particular, you should be looking at the method and the results. The method and the results will certainly help you make sense of how these studies fit together, whether or not they have similarities or differences in their findings, and overall, it'll help you start to get an idea of what's out there, the landscape of literature. You should also be doing a reflection piece, asking yourself, what would I ask the author if I were able to talk to he or she? Why did you do something? Why did you take this particular approach? What does this mean for my classroom? By doing this, you'll do two things. You'll be able to synthesize what's out there, but at the same time, you'll be able to understand what is not out there, or what has not been done. And in a literature review, you have to do both things. You have to tell me and explain in a systematic way what has been determined and what knowledge we have. Essentially a thematic analysis of what's out there. But in doing so, you have to tell me what has not been done. And what has not been done is often the most difficult part because it requires a strong understanding of what is already out there. It requires a great deal of reflection on your part to think about, if I were to ask new questions, what would I ask, and how would I build off what is already out here? So as you start thinking about using these structured abstracts, do use the categories that you have already. You don't necessarily need to do 2 or 3 pages on each article that you read, but I do recommend that you break down each article and think about it and record your ideas about it in a similar way to the structured abstract, perhaps not at that type of length. As you get going in week 3, and you have an assignment due this coming Sunday, make sure to try and use time this week to continue honing your topic for your literature review, and also actually begin searching through some of the literature. I provided a link a while back that links you to a site designed for this course that discusses using the OSU libraries for searching for literature. Make sure to begin looking at that and have a great start to your week 3. Bye.